Without further ado, let's hop right into it, shall we? New game, and take me in. Let's do this. Always feeling a bit rusty for run one, but I'm sure we can make it through in one piece, right? Today's the day. Start out with a couple of spark bolts. Not my favorite, but we can definitely make do. At least this time we have a water potion, so that's always a nice little intro in. Don't have to bother trying to run and find that. Let's see what kind of a day it's gonna be. Can I catch my ride? No, doesn't look like it. Carpool left without me, unfortunately. But here we go. Start up top. Zigzag our way down, or not. That's fine too. We'll just head right in. Hello, friend. Show me new wand right away. Wouldn't that be great? I mean, how much is it to ask for, really, to get a god weapon within the first 5 minutes so that we can finish the game no problem, right? I feel like I'm being extremely reasonable, Noita. In all honesty, or more realistically, just surviving for the first area even, let's set our sights real low. And that way you can't possibly be disappointed, right? Unless, of course, we die in the first section, but then disappointment is probably warranted to a certain extent. We've played the game enough now that I feel like we should be able to fairly comfortably get through. I guess the question becomes, how much money do we want to get before moving on more so? So that's where things get a bit dodgy. The greed becomes real. Can't help but overstay our welcome just a bit longer than we should. Real cavey structures today, all the stalagmites and stalactites. Of which one of these days I'll remember which of the two is which. Even the last time I got confused. I'm pretty sure I looked it up and came up with a really simple mnemonic to try and remember it. Obviously, oh geez, excuse me sir. I'm talking about mnemonic memory here. Obviously it wasn't the best choice because I still don't remember. Stalactites are on ceiling and stalagmites are on ground. Yeah, I wonder what did I come up with? Stalagmite is ground. That's how you can tell that I definitely didn't do a great job of coming up with a good way of remembering it, because even after getting the answer revealed, I still have no idea what the heck I was thinking. The CMG, go with ceiling and ground. Hey, that's a clever way. That's much better than whatever the heck it is that I came up with a while back. Lava to blood, weakening curse, explosives. Sure. Don't think I've actually seen either of those ones before. Excuse me, friend. Where the heck did you come from? Makes any lava within a projectile's range turn into blood. Interesting. I mean, that would be really sweet if we got vampirism and then we could just turn, albeit what little lava we usually come across in a run, into blood. That's kind of fun. Target hit by projectile takes extra explosion damage. Oh, okay. So you can try and combo things up. Get a bit of explosive power alongside your projectiles, and bada boom, bada bing. I'm sure it will be incredible. Is that far enough down? Should I start heading back to the left? But hopefully I can steal Safid's mnemonic device, and I'll never again be so embarrassed as to not know the difference. Which stalic is which? Or stala? I don't know what word I can use to generalize. There probably is one. Just putting all of my knowledge of cave structures, or rather lack thereof, on full display today. And here I've played Noita for a decent while. I've played Minecraft in the past. You'd think that that would make me an expert on caves, know everything about them. Yet here we are. There's always more to learn, I guess. Okie dokie, we have 166 gold. It's a start. Oh, I was so proud of how little damage we'd taken up until this point. leave it to one of our acid-flinging friends to break me out of that disillusion state. Still no wands, though. At this point, I'd even settle for, you know, just a solid wand. It doesn't even have to be god tier. See, Noita? See how I'm being so generous as to lighten the terms of our arrangement? Oh, jeez. Pile of gunpowder and lantern don't exactly mix. Oh, jeez. My little friend, come back, my coal spirit. There we are. These buddies are a menace on the dungeon. They're just destroying all of the lanterns that are here to help travelers not lose their way. How irresponsible. How dare you. Oh, jeez. Well, I'm definitely in a jumpy mood today, because every single monster that even makes an overture towards heading my direction immediately sets me off into full panic mode. Okay, there's a situation that maybe is slightly more deserved of the panic status. Still a ways to go in regards to our overall amount of money. Evening, Callie. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Thanks, as always, for dropping on by. Ooh, is this? Oh, I was hoping for lava. Turn our lava into blood. I guess we don't have that vampirism yet, so it wouldn't necessarily be of any use. Do I want to try and... Yeah. Oh my gosh, we've done it? Well, that was a shock to me most of all, even though it was the plan. Generally, when plans go off without a hitch is the one time that you shouldn't be surprised by the results, but here we are. I definitely want to make my way in here. Fortunately, there is this lantern here, so let's... there we go. Quickly do some turning and burning here. Open our way in. Yeah, how's everyone doing on this fantastic Wednesday? I hope well. I hope it's a good week. It's definitely not a bad week for me. Very busy, but that can definitely be a good thing a lot of the times. Be better if I was actually doing a good job of finishing all the commitments that I'd like to get done, but know thyself, and that's maybe asking for a bit much. If I'm able to procrastinate, if I believe that I can get away with it, it will always be my mind's natural avenue to take. But that's a pretty nice wand. Recharge time, not great, but if we compare it to a regular one, we're already dealing with this kind of nonsense. But that cast delay, good mana max, not too bad. Chunk of soil, don't soil it yourself. But what if I want a game? I mean, we don't shame here. We try and have an open, inviting environment for everyone, including those who wish to soil themselves. What the heck? Where's infinite acid coming from? Oh jeez, excuse me. I'm trying to solve the natural mysteries of the world, my friend. Okay. That's what you get for coming in the way of science and discovery. Let that be a lesson to everyone. This is why we respect our scientists. Scientists? It's one way to say that, I guess. I mean, some may argue it's an incorrect way to say that, and, well, they'd be right. Yet here we are. Almost 300 gold. It's a start. I guess even if we make it to the temple, we'd have to hope that we have spells on sale, because at the moment here, we don't have a heck of a lot going for us. Excuse me, friend. Oh, you're one of the stronger ones. It looks like we're making our way a little bit too far to the left. I guess too far is a bit of a relative phrasing, because it's generally not a bad thing to try and explore this area if you're able to get away with it, which is maybe where the optimism comes in. Senselessly optimistic. But I'd rather be that than the alternative. Needlessly pessimistic. And there we go. Officially entered the collapsed mines. Hopefully it's not an ongoing thing. Generally, as a rule of thumb, I try and stay away from actively collapsing mine shafts, but maybe that's just a me thing. Oh, right, TNT blows up almost immediately. Not a huge explosion relative to the bombs. Oh, jeez. Okay, nope, this was poor planning. Don't think we can get away with that. This big old froggy friend. And no one is burning. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. Sorry, my frog friend. I mean, normally they say that you boil them inside of it so they don't know they're being cooked, but lighting them on fire apparently just as good. I mean, I guess if the end goal is just to have some fried frog legs, then there are many ways to burn a frog. Colloquial phrase that's only slightly less well known than skinning a cat. Both of which are horrible imagery. Oh, we got a bunch of peat over there. Hi, Pete. Oh gosh, I want to keep going. It looks like we're not going to be able to handle the collapsed mine shaft. It was looking a little bit rough for us, immediately taking away all the health that we'd, I mean, for once in our Noita career, done a good job of keeping at a decent level. Hopefully there's a little bit of area yet to explore down this way, because I would like to make some more monies before we get moving on, especially if it's wands for sale. Not going to be able to afford a lot, and then put on top of that the fact that we may want to reroll perks, and oh me oh my, are we still a long ways off from a stage of comfort. Friends, where'd your money go? Oh, all the way up there, I see. No one die down there. I don't want to lose out on the money. Greed is good. Oh, jeez. Not exactly the smoothest of moves. Spoilers, you're gonna die. I mean, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. The question is, when will we die? And I endeavor to make that as far from this exact moment as I possibly can. Hopes are high, at least for the first run of the day. I haven't yet brought myself into the probably more appropriate levels of hopelessness. Oh, excuse me, friend. Oh, jeez. Oh, me oh my. Fires abound. Never made it past the third zone in this game. It's lots of fun, but you like seeing me play it. I'm glad you enjoy. We definitely struggle some of the days that we're playing, but even if I don't make it very far, I'm generally pretty happy with our experience, I guess, as a total. Not necessarily our progress, because that, again, is maybe more optimistic than we deserve, but we'll see. I'm hoping that we can make it past the third stage today. I'm trying to think of how far we've gone in the past. The jungle would be 5 or 6, because it's this, coal pits, ice caves, Hisi base, other Hisi base, jungle? Maybe? One of those things. It's a losing is fun type of game, definitely. Especially since it so often happens in completely unexpected sudden ways. Generally, I can't help but let out a bit of a chuckle when it does occur. And I would hope so, since dying is such a prevalent part of the game. You'd hope that it was enjoyable, at least to a certain extent. Where the heck did I come from? How did I get in here? Maybe up top? Our way was sealed by a bunch of iron doors? No, this looks unexplored. Oh gosh. And absolutely decimated. How about that? Haven't seen these levels of destruction since we had a wand that actively cracked the earth every which way. Let's see, 400 gold. I should probably start thinking about getting out of here. Yeah. Trying to just peer down. Oh, jeez. Excuse me, friends. Not gonna be able to get this gold unless I go now. Let's just pour water below us. Hopefully it does its work in preventing the acid, at least neutralizing it as it absolutely destroys our bones. 14 health. You know, I thought we were a lot closer to the finish line here. Let's not get caught up in our explosion. As the title of the stream today suggests, that's our one goal, is let's not blow ourselves up. It's a bit of a lofty one, with me in the pilot seat here, but I'm sure if we all believe hard enough, work together, heart of the cards, all that good stuff, the power of friendship as well, can't forget that one. We'll make it through in one piece, right? You're gonna say careful? What, me? I'm always careful. Never once have I regretted my decisions, either in life or in the game. There we go. Freedom. See it. Okay, no, I can't squeeze through that gap, and here I thought we'd been doing a good job of working out, making sure that we're staying prim and proper for the dungeon here. Not that that's at all necessary. Whatever makes our little wizard Noita buddy here feel good about themselves is the more important part, right? That's a lot of black holes. How about that? Let's see if we can't get some good effects. I guess I didn't even really check on the wand stats itself. That recharge time, probably a little bit of a stretch. Good all around there, but nothing too special. And I'm definitely looking for something incredible. Minus 0.1 second cast delay. That mana charge speed is absolutely garbage, but in general, I feel like we can use this. Oh, NetDancer, you're a Canadian boy as well. Nice. Where are you from in Canada? Even just in generalities. Or if you'd rather remain private, that's, of course, always a viable strategy on the internet. Niagara region? Oh, cool. I have a lot of friends and family that live in GTA, as the cool kids call it, the Greater Toronto Area, I want to say. Don't know if I've ever actually had it defined for me. But, let's see. Is this any good? Not especially. I guess I'm kind of with the timers. I'm probably slightly wasting the double spell here. Am I out west, if you remember correctly? You do. Yeah, I'm in Alberta. I'm from Calgary here. Though I would argue that I very much identify with even further west. If I could afford to live in BC, I probably would. Let's see. Perk lottery, chance that others won't disappear. It's kind of a fun idea, but we can't afford to reroll here. Plague rats. Oh gosh, the friends. And most spells are now unlimited. This one is actually quite fun, because we got it once before and got some good effects. You were gonna say I see more BC? Oh my gosh, that's the greatest compliment someone has ever gave me. I hope that generally people wouldn't associate me with the general, I guess, perspective on Albertans. No offense to all my fellow Albertans. Maybe a little offense to my fellow Albertans. Let's see. Ooh, extra life. You don't say. Then we can blow ourselves up. Guilt-free, may I add. How about that? Worms find me attractive? I mean, I'm flattered, but I think I've died from one too many worms in the past, so let's swing the opposite way. Different political climate, you get me? Exactly, yeah. A wee bit, for sure. Especially currently, with our current provincial government in place. And that one I don't even have to lampshade. I will loudly and proudly declare my my lack of desire for the Kenny government. So part of that may be the fact that I have a teacher as a partner, and oh gosh, I don't know how prevalent it was outside of Alberta to look at the curriculum that they tried to put into effect a bit ago, but It was a bit of a nightmare. Definitely a whole lot of cringe going on. Basically every teacher in the province, at least the reasonable ones, was shaking their head at that one. There we go. This one, besides kind of running out of mana, is a nice little start. This is one of those times that I actually find Magic Dart to be usable because we just start blasting. Bone Dust and Moss Pouch. For all your bone dust and moss needs, I guess. Still haven't quite found a use case for all these dust pouches, or I guess powder pouches is maybe the more accurate nomenclature for them. Provincial government riding these words means nothing to you? Nothing! What the heck is a province? Yes, just to make sure that we're cool and unique. Canada has all their fun, fancy words. But to be fair, I do like the word province. Well, fair enough. Canadian politics usually isn't too interesting. Yeah, definitely. Definitely not too much going on in general. Every once in a while, we get a fun little piece of excitement, but in general, I guess I would argue that it's probably a good thing that we don't have too much to talk about. Especially since people in general usually only talk about things like that when it's negative. So yeah, we might not have that many positives going for us, but it's all neutral, baby. Very fitting for Canada in general. Can I sneak one in here? Really not going as planned. Maybe I should. Come on, gravity. Work with me here. Bit further away. There we go. First try, no problem. Ooh, now that is very nice. Good little influx in cash. Maybe I'll be able to afford retirement once we get out of this dank place. Set my kids up nicely. That's all we can ask for, right? That's the goal of wizardry. One shot? Exactly. Perfect job. Never didn't have it. Oh, jeez. What the heck? What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. Oh, jeez. Oh, me oh my. Note to self, do not stand on top of mines. Not a lesson that one should have to learn the hard way, yet here we are. How about that? How much further do I push this? I was very careful with the wording there because it's not how much further should we push this, which is not at all. Just dig straight down, find safe haven. Instead, it's how lucky am I feeling today? Okay, this is going to explode, so I'm just gonna hide in my corner. Good opportunity to take a sip of my drink. Hopefully no monsters come crawling out at us while I'm in the middle of our rest. Found a nice lodge point in the mountainside here. Oh gosh, too good of a lodge point. Get me out. Also, I was wrong. That's not gonna blow up, so here we were scurrying away, hiding our face for absolutely no reason. And, what say you? Should I cut my losses? Should I continue pushing it? 42 health isn't too bad. I would like to think that that's enough for me to make a mistake, maybe even 2 if I'm lucky. But they do say to know thyself. So maybe I should just cut my losses here, right? Let's do it. In fact, wait a second. I've been using this for the Castellet. Why am I not using this one if they're both gonna suck at charging anyway? How about that? How about that? What are some of the natural features of the prairies? Like if you were to visit the Southwest States, you'd say, let's check out the White Sands, Grand Canyon, Sierra Nevadas. Depends on where you're talking about. I mean, I hate to diss too much on Saskatchewan because I feel like they get enough hate, but there's not a lot going on there from my limited experience with family reunions. Manitoba, I feel like I just have know nothing about. I feel like Manitoba is very much a black sheep in a lot of ways, where it's smack dab in the middle of the country, and unless you visited there or have friends or family, you kind of just forget it exists. But I hear it can be nice. I do kind of like where I live in Calgary, just because at the very least we have the Rocky Mountains. So the Rocky Mountains is a good go-to. I mean, obviously you have part of the range in the States as well, but definitely nice, because that's where you get into a lot of the beautiful natural parks. Banff is always absolutely fantastic. A lot of the national parks up that way. Rocky Mountains are mind-blowing. Yeah, no, I feel so, oh gosh, what, why, brain, why have you failed me now? Lucky is the other way to put it. Very lucky to live so close to the Rocky Mountains, because yeah, it's like a 20-minute drive to start getting into the hills, and then an hour in and you're just completely lost in the mountains, and absolutely gorgeous. So many good hikes out that way too. It's fantastic. That's where my wife and I went for our honeymoon. We did a bit of elopement during COVID, and we went out to Canmore and spent a weekend. It was a couple of nights. Absolutely gorgeous out there for sure. Cast a spell from the closest enemy. It's not what I thought that was going to be, so unfortunately, it's trash. Even as a Canadian, the mountains are mind-blowing for sure. Well, I mean, you live in the Niagara areas, and the Niagara Falls are always pretty mind-blowing to see as well, especially coming from our side. You don't get a lot of water features over on our end of things for sure. Got like your Lake Louises, but there's a reason why people associate Lake Louise more so with the skiing side of things than the lake itself. I feel like nobody talks about the lake. Guys, you grew up in Indiana. The elevation level across the entire state changes by about 300 feet. What is a mountain? It's a crazy thing where all of a sudden, you know, when the giants still roam the earth, and when they decided to enter their eternal slumber with the encroachment of mankind, they laid down to rest, and their bodies are known as mountains. That's what we call them. I feel like I'm secretly or unknowingly stealing that from a book series that I read back in the day, but cannot for the life of me put my finger on it. No, that. Esto no bueno. Let's try this buddy. I guess, oh, it's the recharge time of 1.22 seconds that does it. The recharge time for me. What if I just throw a bunch of garbage on this? Oh, Law does it fire fast, but unfortunately that's about as good as it gets. I mean, could add something like a heavy spread to the mix. We're still a ways off. We're missing a few crucial pieces to the puzzle, I feel, so I guess for the time being we'll still use this buddy. And maybe we'll use some of these nicer spells on this son of a gun now. See how that goes. That's not bad. That's getting somewhere, at least for the current state of our spell list here. We don't have any of the, you know, luminous drills, other drills. Mostly drill stuff, if I'm being honest. That's what we're looking for in life. Can get a Lukey minion for my help. I wonder if it'll respawn, or if, you know, it dies in the video game, it dies in real life. Lukey mutation. Bit of a... Lucky? Regardless, a bit of a theme going on today. Grow curious additional limbs that fight for me. I mean, how can I not? Can't afford a reroll. Probably not going to be able to sneak back in here anyway. Would I rather have a friend or grow extra limbs? Maybe? I mean, you gotta try it, right? Oh gosh. Oh, that's so much more terrifying than I possibly could have imagined. Oh, why do you reach for everything? Wait. Oh, that's cool. Okay. I'm with it. I'm on the same page now. can kind of just freely form around? Well, how about that? Maybe I should have tried to come back here at a future date, even though I guess that kind of defeats the purpose. We needed the perk in order. You know what? Let's just blow past that and not think about it too much.